While at CBHS, Kevin McEniry played football, bowled, helped in the Gold Brothers, students against drunk driving, and was a homeroom officer. And after graduation in 1989, Kevin went to Knoxville and graduated with a BA in economics with a business minor from UT in 1994. And that degree came in handy when he joined his dad's company, Nexair. We see those trucks up and down the roads of Tennessee. And while working in the company, Kevin shouldered the effort of obtaining an MBA from CBU and graduated with it in 2003. He's taken on the mantle of CEO at Nexair now that his dad is decelerating. Yet with all of this work, he has found time to work on the boards of Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Memphis, Junior Achievement of Memphis, and the Mid-South, the Memphis Music Hall of Fame, the Memphis Rock and Soul Museum, SunTrust Bank Board, the Orpheum Theater Group, Streets Ministries Advisory Board. And he and his dear wife Melissa enjoy 3 beautiful daughters, Elizabeth, Grayson, and Jenna. Family attends church at St. Peter's. Day in and day out at CBHS, we try to impress upon the boys the value of service to the community. Kevin McEniry lives that service as well as leading a large company. He somehow finds the time in the day to serve many people, including his wonderful family. And CBHS takes time today, Kevin, that we recognize your successful life of service and goodness by taking you into its Hall of Fame. Kevin?
Well, I hope some of you have the reoccurring dream that I have where you've got a book report due on Monday and you hadn't started it yet, and not only that, but you don't even know what the book is. Well, hopefully my reoccurring dream will be being up here in front of this group, giving a speech and not being graded on it for the first time at this school. As was said earlier, there's only a couple reasons I'm going to be in the Hall of Fame. One's my dad, and as the guys at work and my friends pointed out, as good a school as that is, as well educated as the kids are, as strong as the academics are, you think they'd do a background check before inducting people into the Hall of Fame. But honestly, I'm honored to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. I never dreamed that, well, for one, no one's told me who nominated me. But I never dreamed I'd be a candidate or even considered. And I'm very happy to be going in with this group of guys as well. It's a proud group of high achievers, and I can tell you I'm certainly respecting of them. And it has been very nice to stand before you, at least be able to give this speech. So I also want to recognize my mom and dad. My father's in the Hall of Fame. They always gave me a lot of support that I needed, and you can only play the hand you're dealt, and I was fortunate to be dealt a good hand by them, and I've made the best of it. The other thing that I've been what I'll say is it took me some time to realize it, but I finally figured out I wasn't the smartest guy in the world. I was reminded a lot by some of the folks in this room when I was in high school that I wasn't the smartest guy in the world. And what you learn is if you surround yourself with good people, it's good for you personally and professionally. My wife of over 21 years here with me now, and I was wise enough to surround myself by her. And I've been successful in business because I've surrounded myself with people that are capable, and I've given them really the tools they need and the opportunity to succeed, and I've gotten out of their way, and they've been very successful. And so is the company. Incredibly proud of my 2 daughters, Grayson and Elizabeth, that are in their first year of college, and I can say they did academically better than I did in high school, and they've proven to do so far in college as well. I also could not be more proud of my 13-year-old daughter, Jenna. And there's so many things that impacted me at Christian Brothers High School, and one of which is on the stage with me, Brother Joel. I could talk about a lot of the people that had some kind of impact or effect on me, but when I arrived here in ninth grade, I clearly was not the best kid in the world. I had, like now, I can't sit still. I couldn't then. Had tons of energy, knew how to push the envelope and push it pretty hard. And I always remember Brother Joel being so patient with me, and me always thinking, God, I'm taking advantage of this guy. At the end of the day, I don't always do what he says. I don't pay him the respect he deserves. And, he just takes it. He's going to be taken advantage of. Over time, I realized that he wasn't being taken advantage of. He was showing me how to treat people. He always treated me with respect, regardless of how I acted. And at some point, he actually sat me down and he said to me, I want you to understand. He asked me why I thought he became a brother. And I said, well, I think your Catholic faith is strong and you like education and you wanted the opportunity to be involved in the Catholic faith. And he agreed that was it. But the other thing he said to me was, and these are paraphrased words because his were kinder, but I'd like to take arrogant, strong-willed, self-centered kids like yourself and hopefully one day turn them into something that their family, the school, and society and overall can be proud of. And, that was one thing that really resonated with me at the time, and for me it turned a corner. My grades began to improve. I began to realize that the school and the teachers and or brothers really were more invested in my success than I was at the time. And so, Brother Joel, I appreciate the kindness you showed to me. I feel I'm a generous person, and I think some of that generosity comes from seeing someone like Brother Joel take a vocation I know that he enjoys, but that involves sacrifices, and he does it in the interest of helping, which was a guy at 16 years old that really needed it. Also, Dean Pratt, it was Coach Pratt to me. He was one who educated me, as they said there was. It was pretty clear where you stood with Coach Pratt, and he wasn't as patient as Brother Joel was. But I can't ever think of a time when I reflected back where I didn't deserve whatever I got, and it was never as bad as everybody likes to make it sound. But it's certainly made me the person I am today. On a closing note and a less serious note, I remember one day Coach Pratt explaining to me as I left school, and I was trying to tell him school is over so I can go home now. And he was saying to me, here's the things you need to think about. Here's why I got angry with you. And I left school that day, and I went to have my eyes checked and got my first pair of glasses. And I was kind of tired, so I fell asleep in the lobby, and they called me back to the doctor's office. And I'll be damned if the guy in there wasn't Coach Pratt's brother. But at the time, I thought, boy, this is some cruel curse. Coach Pratt's come out and convinced them that he can be an eye doctor just so he can explain further to me where I need to improve. But once again, I'm honored to join this group and very appreciative. Thank you.